Welcome to another episode of the Shoofly Update Show. Fresh off of a fun-filled weekend, events at the gym, events at some local gyms for some competitions. A lot of fun. We've got a great week coming up here as we start looking towards the back half of July. And so we're going to jump right into it with what's going on at the gym. We've got some programming coming up for the week. You probably will see we've got some new equipment that you get a chance to test out and play with, as well as some new coaches that you'll notice on some of the classes. So Street will tell us a little bit more about some of those items.
Yeah, so lots of new things and a new cycle as well. So we just basically finished up our Olympic weightlifting cycle, and now we're transitioning to more of a traditional strength cycle again, except for we're going to be really working on like time under tension. So we're going to have a lot of different tempos. So moving slow, then moving fast. We're going to have holds, so a lot of pauses. And then we're even going to have some like segment work. So like segment deadlifts and segment cleans. And basically what that helps with is just kind of really training that posterior chain and training your core to maintain that position. And a lot of times these lifts are happening so fast that you're not really aware on if you're holding tension throughout the whole movement. Now, when we make you slow down, when we make you hold, when we make you pause, you'll definitely know whether or not you're holding that position. And so it's great awareness, but it also helps us build a lot of strength. So hang in there with us for the next 6 weeks as we kind of play around with these different tempos and these different movements and that sort of thing. And we're going to piggyback this with a lot of gymnastics work. So hopefully most of you guys didn't just cringe when I said that, but we're going to be working on cycling some gymnastics work, whether that is like toes to bar, chest to bar. So some higher skill stuff and how we can do more than just a single, or maybe get that first rep if we haven't had that movement yet. And so we'll be doing a lot of drill work and those sorts of things. So I think the theme of this is going to be making sure that you get plenty of sleep, that you're really working on eating well and hydrating, because this is going to be a tough cycle. The other thing is making sure that you're taking care of your hands. I really can't stress that enough, because we are going into this gymnastics cycle and we're going into some of the hotter months of the year where the humidity is going to be through the roof and everything's going to be really slippery. So if you haven't invested in some good grips, if you want some guidance on what grips to get, we can certainly help you out with that. Chalk is another thing that's going to help with that. But at nighttime, take a little glance at your hands. If you have a pumice stone or something like that, you want to have some calluses on your hands, but you don't want to have too much calluses. So you just kind of have to keep them in check and find that like happy place with the calluses on your hands. So just a little forewarning, hand care is going to be big in this cycle. The barbell club is also still working on complexes. So we're holding on to that barbell. If you are doing barbell club, you're probably noticing that this is getting easier, or you're just getting used to having to hold on to the barbell, whichever it might be. But what we've seen in these competitions that we've been to is our group has really done well with these complexes. They keep showing up in a competition, and it's been awesome because we keep drilling it in barbell club. So if you're interested in really being able to hold on to a higher percentage for multiple reps, this cycle in barbell club is for you. So come check it out Tuesday and Thursday, 7:30 p.m. We also have some new equipment, y'all. So if you haven't been in the gym over the weekend, you will definitely see it on Monday. We got a shipment in from Rogue, and most of it's like the not so glamorous stuff. Like we got some new plyo boxes, we got some new dumbbells, we got some new medicine balls, things like that. But we did get a reverse hyper. If you don't know what a reverse hyper is, it's kind of like a reverse GHD. So basically, it's really great for your posterior chain. It's really great for your hamstrings, your glutes, and your low back. And we can load it in a very safe way. It's probably a machine that you have never been on, though, because they're not very popular. You don't see them a lot in gyms. So if you want to try this machine out, please grab a coach and have them show you how to use it, and start with really lightweight. You do not need a lot of weight to get the benefits of the reverse hyper. and you can gradually grow into those heavier weights. So grab a coach, ask them to show you how to use that thing, and have at it. It'll be great for, priming a deadlift or priming a heavy squat day. And then for our coaching staff, you'll notice that we have gained 2 new members. All right. So Billy, who's been on the internship, you guys have probably been coached by him. Billy is now jumping on as a official coach of Shoofly. So you're going to see a little bit more of him probably in the morning and then in the evenings, the later evenings and weekends. And then we are adding another intern, Liz. Liz is typically working out in the morning times, but she's been shadowing a lot and floating a lot in the evening time. So if you're an evening person, you've probably been coached by her by now. So she's going to spend the rest of this month really just getting to know you, getting to know, the coaching style at Shoofly. We love feedback. So if you guys have any feedback about either of those 2 new coaches, please send it our way. It's just useful information that we can make everybody better. All right. So welcome them. They've got a lot of knowledge. This is not their first time coaching. It's just their first time coaching at Shoofly. So welcome them in, pick their brain, pick their ear, whatever it is, and get as much information out of them as you can. Cool.
Yeah. And so with that, we're going to do a little recap of some of the events that we had over this past weekend. So Saturday, we participated in the WOD for Inclusion, which was an opportunity for us to help support the Special Olympics of North Carolina. So there's over 40,000 athletes who are involved in some way, shape, or form, different programs, opportunities to participate in different athletic events. And so the workout that we did as a gym on Saturday helped to support that. Also had a chance to sign up, register, raise some money. Last I checked, our gym raised a little over $550 over the course of the weekend, which is awesome. And as a whole, it looked like the WOD for Inclusion Day raised about over $10,000 for the state of North Carolina. So all really, really cool things. And thanks to Boyd for helping to jump in and coach those classes on Saturday. And so this past weekend out at Bull City CrossFit, the Shoofly gym took on that competition. We had 7 teams competing. It was a day filled with a whole lot of fun and fitness, a lot of support from the community, both near and far. And we had some great performances from a variety of our teams who went up there. So we had 2 teams competing in the female intermediate division. That was the biggest, most contested division of the day. About 21 teams were going up there for that particular area. And we had Heather and EB who did really, really well. They finished in 4th place, so just missed out on a podium spot. And then Emily and Jess finished in 6th place, so just a few points behind Heather and EB, also just missing out on a podium spot. With some great performances by them up there. And we also had 2 teams competing in the male masters division. So John Beard and Billy, they've just missed a podium spot, finishing in 4th place. And then John Harper and Christian took home the top spot in that division. So it was really fun watching those 4 guys work together, throw down over the course of the day. And it was really cool to see a team from Shoofly take home the top podium spot. And then in the female RX division, we had 2 teams from Shoofly. Shaylin and Maria teamed up, and then Street and T also teamed up. And it was a back and forth battle all day between those 2 teams. And when the dust had settled, Shaylin and Maria finished in 2nd place. And then Street and T finished in 1st place. So really cool to see 2 Shoofly teams atop the podium in the female RX division. And then in the male RX division, Nick and myself teamed up. Once again, really, really great competition. At the end of the day, 1 point separated 1st place from 2nd place. And we were fortunate that we came out on top. So took home that 1st place spot for the male RX division. Overall, it was really, really cool to see how many people came out to support in person or watch as we posted some of those workouts live. Liz and Lindsay came out with their cameras to try and capture some of the action, which was really cool. Kelly was probably the best team mom, just making sure everybody was taken care of the video, whatever needed to be done there. And a lot of people came out to show their support. So that's one of the coolest, I think, pieces of competition or showing the gym support is how much of a community we have, both near and far. It's not that common to see that many people come out to a competition and support their teams. So I think people recognize that Shoofly is a pretty special place when it comes to our gym, our competitions, and the community that we've got. So thank you all from all of us as athletes, for everyone who cheered us on, wished us well, or congratulated us after the competition. We've got a couple things coming up.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, a couple things coming up this week that I want to highlight. The newest episode of At the Bar, which is a podcast series just talking about health and fitness and mindset, featuring Shaylin. So that just got dropped today. So feel free to check that out on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. And then coming up this week on Friday, CrossFit is releasing their newest documentary. It is going to be a documentary that's going to highlight and capture what happened during the 2020 Games season, leading up to that opportunity for those 5 athletes on the men's and women's side to go to Aromas and compete for the title of Fittest on Earth. That documentary is dropping this week. And so Friday evening, so July 23rd, 7:45 p.m., we're going to host a showing of it, a good way to get us all fired up for the games that will start next week. So if you have an opportunity and want to come check out that video or that movie, it's about 2 hours long, drop by Shoofly this Friday, 7:45, bring some popcorn, bring something to drink, and we'll hang out in the gym and put that on the TVs and get a chance to watch that all together. They're always really, really entertaining, really fun to watch. Get a chance to relive Matt Fraser's last championship performance and Tia's 4th championship performance. So it'll be pretty cool to see that on Friday evening. Last thing we've got for this week is some birthdays that are coming up. So some birthdays that are being celebrated both today as well as throughout the week. Christian celebrating his birthday, Joe Mallory celebrating his birthday, Hillary Moore, Kevin Shelton, Kyle Kester, all have birthdays over the next week. So if you get a chance to see them at any point in time, be sure to wish them a happy birthday, another year of fun and fitness at Shoofly. And then a couple new faces that you will see at the gym. Becky Massini signed up and is a member. That is Billy's wife. And then Alicia Aguayo also tried us out for the last week, enjoyed her experience, and wants to come through and be a member. So if you get a chance to see either of them at the gym, be sure to make them feel welcome as they start their Shoofly journey. And so with that being said, I think that's pretty much everything we've got for this week. It was a fun weekend, really hot. All of us are recovering today. We're looking forward to this upcoming week, getting our hands on some of that new equipment, like Street said, and getting ourselves ready for the new documentary series coming out from Shoofly, as well as the games coming up next week. So it's a fun time to be a fan of CrossFit.
And the Olympics.
And the Olympics is starting
July 23rd, opening ceremony.
It's a good time to be a fan of both the Olympics and CrossFit, I would say. So
yeah, I'm basically not doing any work for after last bit of July into August. I'm gonna be just enthralled in all things Olympics and the CrossFit Games. So
100%. Which I'm very curious to see what some of the timings are going to be like of when some of these events are going to go on, being that it's all the way on the other side of the world. I know they'll put some of the good stuff in prime time, but it's always like, what time of day do you have to wake up to see the events that you actually really enjoy or get a chance to,
Yeah, sometimes it's like that. I mean, I'll set an alarm and I'll wake up basically just to watch the rugby team. But yes, I will wake up in the middle of the night to watch a rugby game. The other sports I'll just record and watch later, but the rugby stuff I have to watch in real time.
Yeah, I love it. Well, that's what we've got on tap for this week at Shoofly. We look forward to seeing all of you this upcoming week. Any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to reach out to us as coaches. But otherwise, let's have a great week.
Bye, everybody.